A wave of new Nintendo Switch 2 news has just dropped, and Technology Review is here to break it all down for you in the most exciting and original way. From completely fresh Joy-Con customization features to surprising revelations about when development began, there's a lot to unpack. So buckle up if you're a Nintendo fan. This is the update you've been waiting for. Let's begin with one of the biggest reveals so far, modular Joy-Con shells. Imagine switching the side panels of your Joy-Cons with the same ease as popping off PS5 faceplates. That's exactly what's happening with the Switch 2. Unlike the original Switch controllers, the new design will support detachable covers, allowing players to change colors, textures, and styles without replacing the whole unit. While this might sound like a cosmetic gimmick, it actually signals a major shift in Nintendo's design philosophy, one that invites third-party accessory makers to flood the market with creative, limited edition styles and collector's gear. This is an especially clever move by Nintendo, as it taps into the personalization culture that dominates today's tech scene. Think about it. iPhones have cases for every personality. Now, your Joy-Cons can too. From retro NES-inspired plates to neon see-through variants, the possibilities are endless. And it's not just about aesthetics. These shells could offer ergonomic improvements, grip adjustments, or even light-up effects. But what about the performance? We've got something else to highlight: the revamped HD rumble system. One major complaint about the original Joy-Con was how noisy the vibration feedback was during intense gameplay. Nintendo has confirmed that the new controllers will feature quieter haptic feedback. This means no more distracting buzzing during your late-night gaming sessions. The immersive feel remains, but the noise pollution is significantly reduced. Now, let's dive into the more technical side of things. A legal document from a recent Nintendo court case revealed something many didn't expect. Nintendo started development on Switch 2 back in 2019. That's just 2 years after the original Switch hit the market. While it's easy to assume they waited until sales dropped before designing a successor, the reality is that Nintendo was already thinking long-term from the start. And this timeline makes sense, especially when you consider how polished the leaks and dev kits have looked in recent months. Back in 2021 and 2022, there were scattered reports of NVIDIA chipsets being developed for a future Nintendo device. At the time, most wrote it off as speculation. But now it's clear. Those rumors pointed to the very real and now confirmed T239 chip powering the Switch 2. It's a next-gen custom chipset that brings better graphics, smoother frame rates, and more efficient energy usage. This is a huge deal because Nintendo has always lagged behind Sony and Microsoft in raw power. The Switch, May 2nd, finally closed that gap, especially in handheld mode. With a new console comes a new wave of games, and we're already seeing signs of what's to come. One title that's sparked interest is Star Wars Outlaws, a highly anticipated game that will arrive on Switch 2. But here's the twist: it's not shipping with a full cartridge. Instead, it's launching as a game key card. This means players will get a small physical card that unlocks the game digitally, rather than a traditional cartridge. It's a cost-saving measure for developers, but also a move that could frustrate collectors and physical media fans. Why is this happening? It's believed that Nintendo is limiting third-party developers to smaller capacity physical media, possibly 64 gigabytes cartridges, which are more expensive to produce. As a result, publishers like Ubisoft are opting for game key cards to minimize production costs. Unfortunately, this puts more pressure on internal storage, meaning you'll probably need a big micro SD card, even if you prefer physical editions. On a brighter note, not every game is going digital only. A new announcement confirms that Tomodachi Plaza will be getting a full physical release on both Switch and Switch 2, complete with English support. This is a relief for fans of box editions and shows that Nintendo isn't abandoning physical media altogether. In fact, they're still giving priority to selected first-party and niche titles that benefit from a strong collector following. Switching gears again, let's talk about app integration. The Switch 2 is expected to refine how users share screenshots and gameplay clips. The clunky image transfer methods of the original Switch, remember scanning QR codes, will be replaced with a more fluid system that integrates directly with the updated Nintendo Switch Online NSO app. Expect faster syncing, easier sharing to social platforms, and perhaps even cloud backup for game footage. Also related to NSO, we now know that the Nintendo 64 app will get major upgrades on Switch 2. While details are limited, expect better emulation quality, higher resolution support, and possibly new titles being added to the subscription model. There's also a chance we could see enhanced multiplayer options for classic games like Mario Kart 64 or Super Smash Bros. The potential here is massive, especially with the more powerful Switch 2 hardware backing it all up. Now, let's get into a bit of controversy. Accessory brand Genki is currently being sued by Nintendo. The issue? Genki reportedly revealed information about the Switch 2 too early, possibly violating non-disclosure agreements or intellectual property rules. Nintendo argues that Genki used this leaked knowledge to market new accessories before the console was officially announced. While Genki claims innocence and says it remains committed to innovation, this situation serves as a reminder. Nintendo takes secrecy seriously. If you jump the gun, even as a fan-favorite accessory maker, there are consequences. In the big picture, Genki's legal battle gives us another insight into Nintendo's corporate timeline. The documents filed in court included multiple references to the Switch 2's early development process, hardware prototypes, and internal plans. It paints a picture of a company that's been methodically building toward a long-term goal for the better part of a decade. So where does all this leave us? We're less than a month away from a full unveiling, and everything seems to be aligning. Custom Joy-Cons, improved hardware, digital forward game releases, and enhanced Nintendo Switch online functionality all point toward a bold new direction for Nintendo. Yet, the company is still walking the fine line between innovation and nostalgia, something it has always done better than anyone else. This isn't just about upgrading your gaming device. It's about evolving how we experience Nintendo's world. For longtime fans, the Switch 2 promises to be the bridge between eras, a console that honors what came before while giving us a taste of what's next. Stay tuned to Technology Review for the most insightful and original Switch 2 content. We're not here to repeat what everyone else is saying. We're breaking it down, rebuilding it, and giving you the details that actually matter. Whether you're a casual player or a hardcore collector, this next generation of Nintendo gaming is going to change everything. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our hands-on reviews, exclusive analysis, and launch day breakdowns. The Switch 2 is coming, and this time it's personal.